following broadcast is intended for entertainment purposes only and should not be taken seriously by anyone. Viewer discretion advised. If you got nowhere to go, watch the Pocket Horror Show. Pocket Horror Show. Pocket Horror Show. Hey, Mom, close the door.
All right. Once again, it is the Pocket Horror Show coming at you with some hard-hitting questions from you the viewer. We're going to dive deep into the depths of parts unknown. Look at our fan mail, which comes from everyone, from every place, every corner of parts unknown. I am your host, the Pocketman, the Twin Weasel.
And I'm Eddie Horror.
And we're coming to your face with another episode of Fan Mail.
So we got quite a few questions that we chose from earlier, ranging from wrestling to non-wrestling to why the Pocketman's got that hat on. I can't answer them all for you, but we'll get started and answer them as best we can. Remember, feel free to leave a comment with a question, and we'll answer our next fan mail episode.
Right on.
First one, why was Eddie really gone for a month? And that comes from Eddie Horror Fan 26. I was looking for Anthony Bourdain. Claims to be in Parts Unknown on his TV show all the time. Even named it Parts Unknown. And, we take offense. We're very proud of where we're from and where we live and what surrounds our city.
Yeah, why hasn't he done an episode about us here? We're here. He's in Parts Unknown, so come over here. We'll show you around. We'll show you the studio, the books back there,
Show how we game plan. And it's always bright in here. That's why I wear some kind of sunglasses. I just can't do it. Parts Unknown is known for being very bright. But anyways, so Eddie Horror Fan 26, like the name, but that I really was looking for Anthony Bourdain. Nothing to do with work or life or what. No. Looking for Anthony Bourdain. Next question: what is yacht music?
Yacht music. What is yacht?
I don't know. I wasn't here during that, and some yacht guys snuck into our channel. You wouldn't know who they are.
No, they snuck in behind our backs, and somehow they got the keys to Parts Unknown Studio Syndicate. But yacht rock, it's that time of music, which is about the late 70s, where they were making music real smooth for people to ride around on their yachts, down here in LA. So it all came from LA musicians, which is another city way outside of Parts Unknown. So that's where yacht rock came from. So many artists, kind of like Kenny Loggins, Michael McDonald, Toto, Steely Dan was very instrumental in the yacht rock era.
Yeah, although you just explained it, I still couldn't describe yacht music for you, but those hoo-haws won't be getting it anytime soon. That was from Soft Rock Rocks. So,
Right.
Well, I guess we know what they're into. This was from YouTuber 6827. Any more non-wrestling shows? It's funny you say that. We just did a Star Wars episode last time. Star Wars versus Star Trek, which would be the Star Wars episode. We do have something in the works. Rocky's involved. We're talking about wrestling movies that are more than just... we're not... We're talking about movies that have wrestling to do with have to do with wrestling, but
yeah, all kinds of hard-hitting topics, and maybe those musical people might come in once in a while, drop by, do a very special episode. Who knows? So
if we find out who they are, though, believe you me, they'll be hearing it from us. But as for non-wrestling shows, I think there's a very cool Rocky themed. Best Rocky movie themed show coming up in the near future down here in Parts Unknown. If you have any suggestions of what you want to hear, by all means, drop us a line, leave a comment, and we'll get to that. Maneater 48, who were those Hall & Oates guys? Again, these musicians that come in, I have no idea who they were.
Yeah.
And I know you don't know who they were.
No idea. So they said their name was Harold Ball and Ron Parody. Those were the two guys who came in. They signed in the studio, but were those their real names? Where they were? They didn't leave a phone number or a return address or anything. So I don't know. But they're very talented guys for sure. I would say probably the blonde is one of the best looking musicians I've ever seen in my life. So
I don't know, man. Those two chicks were pretty good, but they had mustaches and all, so that's not really my thing. But yeah, they I don't know who they were. Not My Show 12. New favorite wrestlers. I think they mean what newer wrestlers are our favorites. Wow. I don't know if I could think of a newer wrestler that say, oh yeah, that's my favorite. I don't watch wrestling now. I mean, don't get me wrong. You hear the big names, John Cena's, Randy Orton's, the
CM Punk.
CM Punk. Well, he's retired now, I believe.
I guess so.
Yeah, he's on trying to get on the MMA scene, but he's been getting hurt.
Who's the all white, like the super white Irish dude? Sheamus?
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Sheamus, he's big.
Yeah,
He needs to get some sun for sure.
I can't really say any of those are my favorite. I mean, if Undertaker, he's still around, so I guess he'd be my favorite by default. I really like. Fine. I mean, I really couldn't tell you. You know what? I saw a tag team. The guy with the tuba. They were really cool.
Oh, I didn't see that.
I forgot their name.
John Cena, though, I'm definitely down with that. That dude is cool, man. I like his rap. Great actor too. Great movies. And you know who was? There's a guy who God, I don't remember his name. John Morrison or something like that. He looked like he had like a rock star theme. I don't think he's around anymore, but he was really cool.
No relation to Jim Morrison, I'm sure.
Look like him.
Yeah, but honestly, to answer your question, I couldn't pinpoint a favorite newer wrestler. I mean, again, I guess whomever is entertaining and funny and someone you could laugh at, and someone who maybe crosses the line, whomever that is, that would be my favorite. Leader Rocks Hard asks, is there going to be a Top Divas episode? There will be. How soon? I don't know. We have to do plenty of research to find out. To make sure we choose the right divas in the right order, and making sure we talk about the divas and all the diva things they do.
Up here, it's always a Top Divas episode. So, next question.
Stallone Rules asks, what our favorite movies are? Well, I mean, we could be here all day talking about favorite movies. I think we should maybe narrow it down to maybe 2 or 3.
Yeah, gosh, you're right. It's hard to narrow it down, but I would say movies that I always come to rewatch and watch over and over, and that really stand out to me is probably movies like Blood In, Blood Out. How about I loved Saturday Night Fever. That's probably way up there on top of my list. And another movie that is on Netflix now, and I watch all the effing time, is the movie about the bad guy, man. The guy from Colombia, man, who hates the Colombians, from Cuba, Scarface.
The director of that movie was a huge Joe Montana fan, so that's why I named him. Last name for Tony was Montana. For me, I think of a movie, now there's a lot of movies that I love, but when I think about a movie that, if I'm flipping channels and I happen to be on TBS or something and that movie's on, and no matter what part it's on, I have to watch it. There's very few of those. One of them, The Shawshank Redemption, I think tops that list for me. The mob movies, Casino, Goodfellas, that's up there. I mean, that's 3 right there, but if I were to give one more, maybe Forrest Gump. That's another movie I love.
That's a classic.
Again, this list could go on forever, but those were the first few that jumped out. I mean, I'm not going to talk about like the Star Wars movies, of course those are some of my favorites, but that's the first thing I thought of. Shawshank Redemption, the mob movies, Donnie Brasco being part of that as well. Who is our favorite band by Crazy Heart Trip?
For sure, for me, the best band, they were the best songwriters, so many number 1 hits, just sounded great. One of them, there was 3 guys, 2 of them are died, one of them still around. I'm talking about Barry, Maurice, and Robin, the Bee Gees.
Yeah, I mean, I know a couple of the hits. I wouldn't say I'm a Bee Gees fan. I mean, if they were on TV, I might watch them. I don't know. Not really my thing, but hey, I can understand. I understand the legacy they left on a lot of fans, especially in that scene back in the 70s. But my favorite band, the first band I think of, actually started off in the later 70s, the Misfits. Old school punk, horror punk band, started off in 77, broke up in 83. Yeah, they reformed, but with a different lead singer. But actually, there's been news that
Michael Graves was good. I thought he was really good.
Yeah, but I mean, to have the Misfits name, that's tough. The original Misfits are reuniting
with Danzig and all them.
With Danzig at
Robo?
I don't know who's drumming for them. Yeah, so that would be cool to check out. As of today, there's only 2 shows. They're playing Chicago and Denver. So if you guys are out there and you happen to go see them, I forgot the festival's name, but
Right.
Drop us a line. Let me know how it is.
Good band.
Yeah, great band. Einstein, Logic, MC Squared. Who's our favorite actor / actress?
Go ahead.
The first thing that comes to mind is Michael Fassbender. Big fan of him.
Never heard of him.
You know, I first saw him when X-Men First Class. That's one of my favorite movies as well. I didn't mention earlier, but that's one of my favorite movies.
So.
You know, and what he did in 12 Years a Slave, and then as Steve Jobs, and just other stuff that he's been in. The X-Men movies, of course, some of my favorite movies. Yeah, I mean, that's the first one that jumped out at me. I mean, all time, I mean, your Johnny Depps, your Al Pacinos, I mean, Robert De Niro, you know, but right now it's Michael Fassbender.
Yeah, I gotta say, probably of all time, my favorite actor, it's gotta be John Travolta, man. He was so cool, man. Him and Mr. Carter, and you know, it's I really liked that. And he made some really big movies, you know, Saturday Night Fever, Grease. Then he kind of fell off the planet. He made some really bad movies, but then he came back with Pulp Fiction, and he's a character, man. You know what you're getting when it comes to John Travolta. Actresses. I really like Jennifer Lawrence. Not that she looked great, but she's been in some really good movies. She can really act. That woman can carry her own. I like her a lot. I think in Silver Linings Playbook, she was fantastic.
And say, you know what? I'd have to give the same answer. You know, I think of X-Men First Class. I think of American Hustle as well. She did great in that movie, and she's the first one that popped to mind too.
Oh, and Bradley Cooper's that dude's man.
Yeah, good dude. Triple Pen 21. If we can go back in time, where would we want to go and why?
I'd say I'd kind of like to come back to 1930s Germany. Just that's when the rise of the Third Reich was coming out. I'm just curious at what was going on. We hear a lot of propaganda now, and people looking back at history. I really want to see what happened. It's a topic which a lot of controversy still. A lot of people looking at it through history. So it's very neat. Also, I'd like to see the Americas before the settlers came, before the Pilgrims. I just want to see how it was, how the Native Americans lived, and all that. So that's where I would go. Let's see.
There's actually two times that I think of. The first one, sometime in the last month, find out who made those videos. The Hall & Oates and the Yacht Music videos. Second,
you may never know.
I think I'd probably want to be born in about 1950. The reason is, although Misfits, like I said earlier, my favorite band, my favorite genre has got to be all the Motown hits. So I'd be an early teenager through mid to late 20s when the Motown sound really boomed, and if I could live that'd be best. So.
Right on. Well, maybe that musical group will come out and do a Motown medley. Who knows?
I might be okay with that, but I don't know, man. What's your favorite wrestling move? Oh, and that was sent by Ombre69.
Wrestling moves. Gosh. I don't even know. I mean, I just like wrestling. I don't know if I have one specific move I really like.
You know, I was always a fan of a move that I like submissions too, but a move that you could do almost out of nowhere, like a DDT. You know, you could be getting your butt kicked, but you just punch him in the gut, goes down, you just bam right there, or the flying forearm. Because you can do that from almost anywhere. Those are my favorite kind of surprise moves.
Spear.
Spear.
Yeah, Stone Cold Stunner, RKO, out of nowhere.
Submission wise, I mean, the sharpshooter. I was a huge Hitman fan when I was a kid too. The sharpshooter was one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, I used to like the figure four. Just it was so hard to pull off. And, I don't know, for some reason I was fascinated by the figure four.
There was a wrestler. He had different gimmicks. His first name was Terry. I can't remember his last name. Not Terry Funk, not Terry Reynolds. It's Terry. I forgot. But he was a character called the Red Rooster. You remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
He had a weird move. I think he called it the chicken wing.
Okay.
So pretty much the other wrestler, his opponent would put their arm behind, or he'd get them to put their arm behind their back, and he'd pick them up from that arm. It looked very painful. I'm like, man, that's cool, And from what I remember, he's the only guy to have done that move. So I'm sure, or it may have been banned.
Yeah.
It sounds very dangerous.
That's it.
Sharpshooter for submission and probably the DDT. Vince McMahon. I wonder if it's the Vince McMahon. Vince McMahon writes, "What's your favorite wrestling moment of all time?"
I guess it was when Undertaker was resurrected. He was or when he fought Mankind in the Hell in a Cell. They're just, as far as matches, are my favorite.
That's such a hard question because I get so many jump up at me. I mean, one of them I've talked about this in the past when the Ultimate Warrior came out to fight the Honky Tonk Man at SummerSlam '88. I mean, Warrior beating Hogan at WrestleMania 6. For me, WrestleMania 7. I was there as a kid. Wow, the Legion of Doom at SummerSlam '92 in Wembley Stadium. That was a really cool moment. Actually, you know what? It just hit me right now. When the sale of WCW to WWF at the time went through, and again, I was a teenager watching the Monday Night Wars, and Shane McMahon showing up on WCW TV, and they started the whole angle that I bought it, blah blah blah. But seeing that was just so surreal because of a wrestling fan for many years, watching the Monday Night Wars unravel as they did, being a fan of WWF, not wanting WCW to win, and they had finally crumbled, and just seeing Shane McMahon, that was like, whoa, like wrestling really is real, Not that I ever questioned it, but yeah, that was definitely a cool moment for me as a long-time wrestling fan. I Heart Nirvana asks, how do you feel about 90s grunge?
Gosh, to me,
Love it.
90s was a black hole in music when it came to like rock in the 90s. For some reason, I just did not get it, man. All those bands, maybe Nirvana would be the only one that kind of, to me, crossed over all genres. No matter what walk of life people loved Nirvana, that Nevermind album just kind of set the bar really high, and everyone liked it. But after that, I don't know, man. Looking back, some songs are nostalgic. The Spin Doctors, they got a couple good songs. Steal My Sunshine, but grunge, not really. I'm not a big fan of the grunge era.
I mean, I know what you know about grunge. I'd say, again, I love Nirvana. I love that whole sound, or their sound and what they did, and it was so different at the time. I mean, what was going on in rock for the most part was, the end of the whole glam rock, the big hair, the 80s thing, and Nirvana came out and just whooped all those guys out of there.
What would be proper grunge? Like, what bands are grunge?
Nirvana, obviously, they're kind of the poster boys for grunge. I don't know. I mean, I wouldn't consider Pearl Jam grunge. That's another big band of the 90s.
What were they then?
You would probably have to say alternative, or...
I thought the same thing?
No.
The same thing? No? Okay, well...
Soundgarden's another big band of the 90s. Definitely not grunge.
No? Are you sure?
That was all
that's
just my opinion. I don't know. Just grunge, I think of like that. Not to bash on Nirvana's skill level.
Smashing Pumpkins, maybe?
No.
Well, then I don't know what grunge was then. No,
I don't know.
Pearl Jam.
Okay.
And,
the sound that Nirvana had, though, it was a very raw, very dirty sound. Soundgarden was not raw and dirty. They were...
Pearl Jam?
I guess a little bit, yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah,
not a fan. Either way, not a fan of any of those bands. So I don't know. That's just me.
All right. Walt's Dream 60 asks, do you like Disney? I know that's a question you wanted to answer. Let me just get my answer in really quick. I don't hate the guy. I don't love the guy. Disney, I didn't grow up watching Disney, so I'm not a huge fan, although I go to Disneyland a lot now. I like The Lion King. I like Aladdin. Those are the only Disney movies I saw. I think I was like 12 or 13 when I saw them already. I like what they are doing with the Star Wars franchise. Lucasfilm, I don't think would have released Episode 7, at least not the way it was released. And I don't know if they'd go with like what they're doing with Rogue One, the prequels for Yoda, Boba Fett, and Han Solo. I don't think we would have gotten that out of Lucasfilm. So from a movie standpoint, I like Disney. From everything else, it just depends what we're talking about.
No.
Okay. Big Wave Dave asks, PC or Mac?
Let me just get one thing straight. Windows 10 is fucking up. You guys really messed everything up with your new Windows 10. You took something I don't understand how you can take something so simple and fuck it up so bad. So I wish that I'm a Mac. I don't have a Mac, but I'm gonna turn, because PC, Windows, you messed up. You just messed up.
I am a Mac person. For someone that's used a Windows machine pretty much my whole life, you know, I've always wanted a Mac. Finally got a Mac. Not that I'm endorsing Apple or whatnot, but all of their products for me seem to always be in sync. They're very easy to use. They're very different though, coming from using a Mac. It's a process of getting used to it, but overall, I'm happy with Mac.
So I like Apple too, except you have to update every day, all day. So other than that, you know, I don't know.
But hey, no viruses. I'll take it.
All right.
Music Tech 1 asks, what's with the loud music in your videos? Well, fair question.
Yeah.
We're a two-man band right now. We do everything ourselves. We do the talking, we do the planning, we do the music. Sometimes our levels aren't perfect, and we understand that.
Yeah. So anyway, if you have skills as a musical director, and you're a really good-looking woman, go ahead and give us a call, or drop us an email, and let's get you in the studio.
Or if you know how to use a board and edit, by all means, give us a call.
And if you're a really good-looking woman.
And that. Last question. HBK Congo hat. If you were a wrestler, what would you be like?
I'd be all personality, no skill.
Like a Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
All personality, no skill. You know, of course, we all had this dream. At least I did when I was a kid. We, wanted to wrestle growing up. I always wanted to be a high flyer, although that's kind of hard for me to do that now. I always wanted that Superfly Jimmy Snuka-esque finishing move. That oh my God, he's going up. He's jumping 15 feet in the air. I like submissions too, so I somehow wanted to do that, then do like a sharpshooter on the guy or a Boston Crab or something.
See, I would love to just to do the interviews, never actually wrestle, but just do the promo.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's
possible. No, I think I mean I don't know. I think it's a roar of the crowd that would make me want to wrestle, make me want to get that cheap pop as Mankind would always get. But I don't know what name I would have. I don't know what my gimmick would be, but I know I'd want to be somewhat of a high flyer, again, Superfly Jimmy Snuka-esque, with maybe the microphone skills of a, I don't know, Stone Cold maybe, or The Rock. I mean, not everyone could be The Rock, but I think he's the poster boy for what you want to be like, creativity-wise and skills-wise.
Right on. So that's all the time we have for this episode. Make sure to set your dial. We usually come out with episodes every Friday. I'm the Pocketman, the Twin Weasel.
And I'm Eddie Hart.
And this is the Pocket Horror Show.